A real talk friend, you already know what self love is. You have read the books, said the affirmations, you've even got the morning routine on lock. But all it really takes is one hard season to hit, and you are right back to putting yourself dead last, talking to yourself like you're the problem, and giving everybody else the best of you while you get the leftovers. So, we're not going to talk about what self love is. We're going to talk about what it actually looks like when you live it. 6 specific ways starting right now. So, let's get into it. Contrary to popular belief, self love is not just a feeling. It's not something that you only have on the good days and it's non existent on the hard days. Self love is the foundation that you build your life on. And what happens when you have a shaky foundation? Everything else that you build on top of it is just as shaky. And it really affects every area of your life, from your confidence to your relationships to your boundaries and even your decision making. All of that, shaky friend. So let's talk about what it looks like to build this step by step, practice by practice. And if you want to go even deeper, I'm going to link the podcast episode that does just that. And if you're not already following my podcast, Confident and Empowered Women, definitely make sure that you do that because there's so much good stuff in there. But I really want to give you the stable framework that I shared in this episode because we want our self love to be stable. And it starts with the S. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Friend, 9 times out of 10, that inner critic is your worst enemy. It is your biggest bully, okay? And we have got to take the microphone from her. Or does she have the megaphone for you? Either way, her access is getting revoked. You have got to speak to yourself like someone you love. That voice is talking to you day and night, honey. Whether you are paying attention or not, that voice is constantly going and it's literally narrating your soundtrack. So you have got to go from being your own inner critic to being your best inner cheerleader. And it starts with the things that you say to yourself. So, if you notice that you tend to put yourself down before anybody else gets a chance, notice when that's happening. Is there something that you tend to say to yourself a lot? Are you picking yourself apart when you do certain things or in certain areas of your life? Really notice that. And as soon as you start paying attention to it and pick up on it, as soon as you say something that is really mean or harsh, that is your sign to rewrite it. That is your sign to say what is positive and right. You got to flip the script. So instead of saying something like, I never do anything right, this is your chance to rewrite it and say, I am doing the best that I can with what I have. If you are standing in the mirror tearing yourself apart, friend, no, it is time to rewrite that. It is not, I look terrible. I want you to pay yourself a compliment. There has got to be something in your image that you love. Do you love the way that your eyes are so beautiful? Do you love your smile? There's got to be something that you like. Focus in on that and compliment yourself, not critique, compliment. You have got to start changing your own inner dialogue, and it starts one message at a time. Speak to yourself like someone that you love. If it's not something that you would say to your best friend, as a matter of fact, you probably wouldn't allow anyone to say half of this stuff to your best friend. So that is your sign that it is time for a rewrite. Say something positive to yourself and make sure that it's true, that it's really something that you can believe, that you do believe. Because if you just rewrite it and say it with something that you don't really mean, you're not going to rewrite that negative critique. So make sure that it is something that's real for you. And friend, make sure that you are showing yourself love even in the way that you speak to yourself. The T is trust your own intuition. You have an inner knowing. You probably just been disconnected from it because you've been honoring everyone else's opinions over your own. Friend, I can say that no shame and no shade because that used to be me. I used to have to run everything through my committee. It was my mom, it was my friends, it was me running it through everyone else to see what everybody else thought. And then I'd make a decision based off of that. And friend, that is how you become disconnected to your own inner knowing. So, where have you had that gut feeling? And then you decided to override it because your friends had a different opinion. That is self abandonment at its finest. And that is the quickest way to become disconnected to knowing what's right for you and trusting your own intuition. So, friend, I encourage you to start noticing where you are wanting more of the committee to give you the answer instead of trusting yourself. And it's not that you can't seek outside counsel, you absolutely have. But I encourage you to start with you first. What information do you have? And what do you think about it? What do you really think is best for you? Pause and allow the answers to land, friend. And then you can go and check in with everyone else if that's what you feel like you need to do. But you really have got to start trusting yourself because, truth be told, nobody knows what's best for you better than you. A is allow yourself to receive, friend. Are you as bad as I used to be? Couldn't take a compliment to save your life? Somebody gives you a compliment and then you instantly give them a compliment right back. Anything to get the attention off of you. Once again, guilty. And it's okay, friend, but how do you expect more blessings and miracles to land if you're not in a position to receive? So I want you to start with just one compliment. Start with saying thank you and just leaving it at that. If you feel like you want to say something else because it might feel so awkward just to say thank you can say thank you. I really appreciate that. And let it ride. Allow yourself to receive. Friend, you give so much. And your level of being able to receive needs to match. So let's start with just receiving a compliment. Let it land. And if you even have that moment where you can just really take it in, take it in, friend. It's okay to place your hand to heart and really, truly receive. We got to open you up, friend. You want these blessings? You want more miracles? You got to be able to receive, friend, and you deserve it. The B is for boundaries as an act of self love. Friend, what's my favorite word? Sorry, I couldn't. I play entirely too much. Boundaries really is one of my favorite words, though. Not because they're meant to be a gate to keep people out, but it's really a declaration of what you need to show up as your best self. And I know, friend, it can be really challenging to try and maintain your boundaries because we will often be the one to just deal with the discomfort rather than making someone else uncomfortable. And friend, I just want you to know that you deserve to be comfortable just like you want other people to be comfortable. And your boundaries actually help you do just that. So, is there a relationship where you tend to say yes when you really want to just say no? That's where I want you to start, friend. And remember, no is a complete sentence. It's a complete answer. You do not need to go into some big, long, drawn out explanation, friend, going back to your childhood and what had happened and who has said. Like, no, we're not doing all of that. Okay. No deep explanations. You don't need permission. You deserve to have your peace intact. You deserve to have your well being as a priority. You deserve to be just as comfortable as you keep everyone else in your life, friend. We are adding you to your priority list, and we do that by maintaining your boundaries as an act of self love. Okay? Okay. The L is let go of performing. And friend, you know who I'm talking about. The one who likes to keep the peace. She's the people pleaser. She wants everyone comfortable and happy while she's miserable and suffering. And this is where you let go of the performance friend because she isn't really serving anyone because that's not really you. And the people that you love and care about the most, they're missing out on you. So I want you to make a list. And on the left side, I want you to write down the three words that describe the version of you that you're performing. What does she look like? And then on the opposite side, I want you to write down three words that describe the woman you are becoming. And friend, right down the middle, that's the gap. And the gap is where the work is, friend. You have got to bridge that gap between who you're showing everyone that you are and that woman that you actually are, friend. That's the work. And the E is for every day is a recommitment. Yes, friend, because self love is not something that you just set up one time and then you're done. Every day requires recommitment. And this is how we find ourselves in those hard seasons where we've just forgotten about us because suddenly everyone else became a priority because we stopped making that recommitment to ourselves every day. So when you get up in the morning, before you check your phone, before you log in and look at all them emails, I want you to ask yourself one question. What do I need today? That's it, friend. What do you need today? And then make it your priority to give yourself that. Because when you make that recommitment every day to serve you first, that's how you stay a priority on your list. That's how you stay connected to yourself and nurturing your self love every single day. This is how you stop leaving you behind and keep you at the front of the line. Ooh, that was a bar. Okay. I know I played too much, but it's good though, right? Friend, you are not lost, broken, behind. You are not missing anything. You are just a woman who is in the middle of her becoming journey, and she deserves every ounce of self love that you can give her. So let's recap this staple framework so that way you can start implementing this not now, but right now. So let me look at my handy dandy notes. Okay. The S is for speak to yourself like someone you love. Because, friend, that voice inside your head, she's either building you or breaking you. And you get to decide which one she is. The T is for trust your own intuition because self love starts with you listening and trusting yourself. The B is for boundaries as an act of self love. Friend, this is the practice of choosing yourself out loud. L is for let go of who you have been performing. Okay, friend, go on ahead and let her go. Remember, the gap, that's where the work is. And the E is for every day is a recommitment. Ask yourself every day, what is it that I need? And that question is really your self love made practical. Friend, ooh, this is so good. So tell me in the comments which letter from the stable framework are you putting into practice immediately? I can't wait to meet you in the comments and celebrate you there. And I'll see you in the next video.